I mean, the other thing that could tip Georgia is this whole craziness where Trump is like, I'm going to veto the defense bill unless we repeal Section 230. And if you're, a military person in Georgia, you're like, wait a second. You're going to leave my brothers and sisters in arms basically lollygagging without any financial support because you don't like Twitter's tweet policy? It's going to seem kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was one of these like classic Trump moves where you feel like I think he does have a good point with respect to the social media companies. I do think they've been engaging in censorship. They've overstepped their bounds. They do deserve some sort of comeuppance or control. I personally don't think that repealing 280 is the Section 230 is the way to go. For a bunch of reasons that we could get into if you want, but yeah, it was one of these like reflexive Trump tweets. And you heard Republicans in the Senate were very, very quick to shoot it down. And there was an article in Politico where Republicans were quoted, anonymously saying they're pretty sick of this shit. That was the quote. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that Republicans on Capitol Hill are kind of ready for those types of antics to be over.
Okay, should he or will he pardon himself and the kids? Like, I mean, I guess that's what it comes down to. And then I think we should move on.
I don't think so. And I don't think it'll matter because I think Biden will leave him alone and it will not help his biggest risk. And this is, by the way, why they tried to get Jay Clayton to resign from the SEC and move over to the Southern District of New York, because they thought maybe he could run some kind of interference. But I mean, I think the state AGs will want a pound of flesh here.
And if I were advising, we move on?
Yeah, just if I were advising Trump and advising him on how to maximize his legacy, it would be, pardon people in the administration who've been treated unfairly. There's no need to pardon yourself. I don't think he has federal exposure. And I would tell him that, if Republicans lose these Georgia Senate seats, that he will be blamed for among the base for a long time. And that I think will be hard for him to get past in 4 years. And so it's very important, I think, for him to make sure that at least Perdue wins his election.
Yeah. What do you guys, can I ask another question? What do you think is going to happen with, so Trump is trying to make his case, but no one's listening. Twitter keeps putting up his fraudulent,
this is
disputed claims thing. And he's been pushing Newsmax and OANN. Do you think those become viable and real kind of media businesses now? And are they actually going to steal an audience away from Fox News?
100%. It's already happened. It's just the increasing fragmentation of media, right?
The cable networks don't pick them up, do they? The cable companies?
I've seen Newsmax. Newsmax has a cable channel.
My theory is this entire twisted, like crazy alt-right mania just fades into oblivion, and the Republican Party reinvents itself.
No.
Because they can't win. They can't win, David. They can't win with this brand of crazy.
They did win. They did,
and they will not in the future because they just lost.
The Republicans won like 10 or 12 seats in the House. They've almost got the majority back in the House. They almost certainly will win back the House and retire Nancy Pelosi in 2 years during the midterm election. I'll put money on that right now. They held the Senate.
They can win local elections.
They held the Senate. They're never going to win
the presidency again with this strategy. You think they can win with the demographic shift with Trump in 2024? Really?
Yeah.
You think people want to go back to that level of crazy?
If no. I mean, people don't want the crazy, but this idea that the issue set that Trump ran on and won on is dead. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
those issues are still there.
You'll have a better branded face and a standard bearer for those issues. And if you say it in a less crazy way, and you're generally less crazy, I think that it will resonate with a lot more people than have already proven that it resonates with. It already resonates with 70 million. Could it resonate with 75? And could they overtake the White House? It's not inconceivable. So I think we can't all of a sudden say this is signed, sealed, and delivered. It's a fait accompli, and all of a sudden it's just Democrats the rest of the way. David's right. The down ballot results for the Democrats were not good. And it's a sign that moderate centrism is the only winning strategy. If you really have a strategy where it's like, I really want to win, and not just me, but my party and generations of people after me, you have to run a centrist campaign.
Which is why they're retiring the AOC, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Bro contingent, right? So if the Democrats
there's a House member,
that group of crazy.
Right. There was a Democratic House member, I think Elizabeth Spanberger, who almost lost her seat, I think in a Virginia, like kind of a swing Virginia district. There was a big call of the Democratic House caucus, and she was just laying into Pelosi and the leadership there because she was basically saying, don't ever mention defund the police again. You know, if you want me to win my swing district next time, do not mention this ever again. And she was this was all in the Washington Post. You know, the call was leaked by about a dozen different press outlets, which tells you there was a lot of unhappiness among the House members who almost lost their seat because of these like radical ideas